It is time for the end of the year empties. I do empties twice on my channel, one in the summer, one in the winter, and it is time to go through all the things that I have used up and let you know how I feel about these things. Did I repurchase them? Do I love them? Am I happy that they're out of my collection? These are going to be things that now is like 6-month empties. And I will say, I am not a person who tries to go through things. I go through things very organically. I never try to pan things. I never try to finish things. If I finish them, I finish them. When it comes to like makeup, I have a big makeup collection. I love the idea of rotating around in my collection. I love the idea of shopping my stash, I have a bucket here. I have a bucket here with like makeup that I'm using right now. And then like maybe once every 3 days, I put it back in my collection and I shop something new. This is why I rarely go through makeup products, because I rotate through my favorites so much and I try to use all of them equally. But that doesn't mean that I don't go through other things. I will link all the things down below, the things that I'm talking about, in case you are interested. And you know what? I'm looking at the spread here just in front of me, and there are some really good favorites. One of them is this is Bumble Thickening Dryspun Texture Spray. Absolutely love this one. I think this is a really nice texture spray. It also comes in a mini, and I bring that one traveling. That gives your hair a little bit of that like texture and like not stickiness, but like, yeah, texture. I don't know how to say it. It gives you texture without being sticky, and it gives some body to the hair without making it oily. It's like a dry body. I am not making sense, but I really do like it. I did get sent this one in PR, but I have repurchased myself since, so I really like this one and I'm still using it, and I have one right now in my bathroom that I'm using. I also used to use this one. This is the Sexy Hair Texture Spray Sunny Vibes. This is the Texturing Spray Gel. This one is so good. This is more sticky though. There is one that's a dry spray as well, and I really do like that one as well, but it has been really hard to get a hold of. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. When I want to repurchase, it's out of stock, it's gone from the website. I don't know what to do. This one is a little bit more sticky. This one works great if you want to get some texture in your hair, but you don't mind it being tad sticky, honestly, a tad sticky. But there is one that is a dry spray, which is also really good. It's just been really hard to get a hold of, but at least I used up that one that was the spray gel. I also love dry shampoos. This is the Batiste Dry Shampoo Tropical. I like this one. It's like a coconut one, right? Yeah, this one is a coconut one. I really do enjoy this one. I love the Batiste Dry Shampoos. I buy them in a multi-pack. I will link that down below, and I know there are so many dry shampoos you can buy, and there's a bunch of them that I really enjoy, but I always tend to have a couple of these on hand because they work really good on me. I think they're pretty decent. They do sometimes leave a little bit of a whiter or like a lighter residue in your hair, but I have fairly light hair, and I honestly don't think that's really too big of a problem for me. If I want to have one that doesn't leave residue at all, I use the one from, is it K18? Is that the one, the dry shampoo, which is really expensive, but I still think that this one works really good, and there's probably going to be one more in here because I use those all the time. Next one is going to be the silver shampoo that I use, and this is the Blonde Enhancer Toning Shampoo from Olaplex. I use this one on my lengths to keep them from being too brassy, because I do dye my hair to become like the highlighted version of itself. Like right now I have ginger roots, and then I have blonde lengths, and I use the purple shampoo, the silver shampoo, on my lengths, but not on my roots, of course. I love the one from Olaplex because it really does take out the brassy tones without drying out your hair. It is pretty expensive, but I only use it, I would say about once every 2 weeks I use this one. So for me, it lasts pretty long, and I had it back up and it's already in my shower. Absolutely love it. Next is one of my favorite skincare products of all time. This is the Sunday Riley Ice, and this is the cream that has ceramides, and I absolutely love this cream. I keep talking about this all the time. It smells almost a little bit like marzipan. Sunday Riley does not use any fragrance in their skincare, so what you smell is the ingredients, and this one is this is the most hydrating cream my skin can do. It is very hydrating. This is for when my skin is feeling damaged, when my skin is feeling dry, when my skin is feeling like it needs a little pampering. I use this as a nighttime cream. This is the only cream that doesn't sting if my skin is in any way irritated, or if I have eczema, I can even use this on top of it. It doesn't sting at all. It has ceramides. It is very hydrating. Absolutely love it. I already have a new one. This is the cream that's my savior. This is my SOS cream, and it is worth every penny. I got this one first in PR. I have repurchased it since. I have it again in my collection. Absolutely love it. 100% recommend. If you have sensitive skin, or if you have dry skin, or if you, like me, sometimes are just in need of an SOS cream. Next one is the Drunk Elephant. This is so dirty. Don't look at that. Why are you looking at Why are you looking at my dirty packaging? This is my second cleanse, or used to be my second cleanse. This is Drunk Elephant number 9 Jelly Cleanser. This one has like foundation residue on it because I use this as a second cleanse. I think this one works really good, but I prefer a second cleanse that has a little bit of a scent to it, and this doesn't have any scent. So if you're very sensitive to scent, or if you don't want anything that has a scent to it, this one doesn't have any scent at all. But I like my second cleanse to have a little bit of a scent because I usually don't leave it on the skin for that long, and I also am not sensitive to fragrance at all. So it's just part of, because for me, skincare is like a self-care routine. So for me, scents and like the feeling, the textures, how it feels on the skin, and how it smells, it's part of the routine. And that's one reason why this won't be a repurchase for me. I did get this scent, this PR though, but I think it's fine, but it's not my favorite. And I just have other ones that I like more. Like this one. This one I did repurchase. This is from Origins. This is the Checks and Balance Frothy Face Wash, and this one has mint. It smells so nice. I love this one. I have the small one because I love traveling with it. I've used this one traveling. You can use this as a face cleanser in the morning, or you can use it as a second cleanse with makeup in the evening. Absolutely, absolutely love this one. Again, I have repurchased. I really, really enjoy it. And I love the minty sensation. I love mint. I have mint shower gel in my shower. Every time around Christmas here in the US, I have been buying more of those minty shower gels to last me throughout the year because I love a pepperminty shower gel. And if you like that, you will really enjoy this Origins one. It is really nice. And again, did repurchase that one as well. I have been trying out different shampoos and stuff like that because I was feeling like my hair was a little bit damaged for a bit. So I was trying out the Oribe Hair Alchemy shampoo and conditioner, and this is the shampoo and the conditioner, and this is supposed to be for like damaged hair. I think it worked pretty good. I think it worked pretty good, but I didn't feel like that much of a difference between this one and Olaplex that I usually use. So I only used it once, and then I went back to Olaplex because I quite honestly really like Olaplex, and it's less expensive than this and a little bit easier to get a hold of. But I still thought it was pretty good. I also used up one of my favorite serums. This is Naturium's Niacinamide plus Zinc. I love niacinamide. My skin loves niacinamide. And I'm pretty sure Zinc is for uneven skin tone and visibly minimize the look of pores. This serum is just a really nice all-around serum that really helps, again, to keep my skin feeling non-textured, smooth, even, helps with preventing breakouts, because I don't get a lot of breakouts, but I will say that if I skimp on my skincare routine, which I have been doing as of late, my skin still looks good, but if I get close, I can see there's a little bit unevenness to it, and I feel like this serum has really been helping with that, and I did use it up. I also used up one of my, this is the Glow Recipe strawberry like mattifying and like smoothing primer. I don't know exactly what it's called because the tag is worn off. I really love this one. I already have a backup that I'm using, and I think this is just a great primer. This is not my most mattifying primer, but what I think that this primer does really well is that it elongates the makeup and it keeps the oil at bay, even though it doesn't keep the oil at bay 100%. But it really, if you have an oily T-zone or oily face, this really elongates the wear of your makeup before the oil start coming out, while still not drying out your face. It's like a milky, almost like a lotion that still somewhat moisturizes your face as a really nice like primer, but keeps your oils at bay. So I really enjoy, I mean, I used it up and I have another one. Oh, I also have a candle here. This is Fantasy Cosmetica Secluded Nook. I have another Fantasy Cosmetica candle over here. I will say, it smells so good. Fantasy Cosmetica makes amazing candles. They come in a glass jar like this, and they have one of those wicks that like, one of those like crackling wicks, and it has a metal lid on top. The scents are beautiful. The packaging is stunning. This is such a giftable candle as well, and I really enjoy these. And I burned this one up. I'm burning this one right now. It's almost done. I actually did finish as well. It is downstairs. I can pop in a picture of the candle that Fantasy Cosmetica did together with Amanda, Makeup Just for Fun. I did burn down that candle as well. I had it in my living room. Such a great candle. Absolutely loved it. And I just think that they make amazing candles. I own or own or have already burned through all of the candles that they have ever released, and they've all been absolute bangers. I have two setting sprays here. I have the Glamlite Rick and Morty, and I have the Pixi Clarity Mist. This one, I'm actually getting rid of this one because the sprayer is broken and I don't love the scent of it. It's not my favorite. So I've been using this one actually. This is the Pixi Clarity Mist. I've been using this one to spray my shadows for putting them on my eyes. This Clarity Mist is not something that I use on my face. They have a milky spray that I actually use in my skincare routine, and I'm almost done with that one. That one is gonna go in my empties in about like a month or so, but I do have one of those as well that I'm almost done with. But this one, I didn't love spraying my shadows with this. I didn't love the sprayer. I didn't want to go through the hassle of maybe I should. It's just the scent also. There's something, it smells almost like Windex. Is that mean? I didn't love the sprayer, so I didn't want to use this one to spray with, not even to spray on my brushes. And I also don't like the scent of it because again, it smells a little bit like Windex. So I'm like, you know what? I'm halfway done with it, but I'm just gonna call it quits. Ooh, I love this one. This is the Florasis face oil, like the makeup remover. Such a good makeup oil remover. I absolutely love it. You can see I've gone through it. I also had these in like the single packs that I use for traveling. I should repurchase that because I'm gonna be traveling again this year. Love them for traveling. This makeup remover oil, 10 out of 10. It's such a good one. Love this packaging. Love the packs too for traveling. This is a great first cleanse. It literally gets rid of absolutely everything. Oh, there's a MAC Fix Plus here as well. I just hit myself. Violent. Been using this one as well to spray my shadows, to put on my eyes. The reason why I use anything, like literally anything that I have in front of me, I will use to spray my shadows. The reason why I do that is to make it more precise, like the shadow sticks where I put my brush down. Less fallout because the liquid gets the shadows to stick together, and it gets to be more opaque straight out of the gate so that I can get the result I want without having to build it up or using my finger. And I don't like using glitter glues because the glitter glues crease like bananas on me. This one is probably my favorite for spraying my brushes. I think it is so good. I have a bunch of makeup here. Crazy. This is probably the most crazy thing I've ever shown in my empties, but I went through a highlighter. This is the Spotlight Highlighter Beauty Light Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. I can't believe I've gone through a highlighter. Who am I? Did you see my highlighter declutter? I have 3 zillion highlighters, but I love this one and I went through it and zero regrets. I'm not going to repurchase because again, I have so many, but I still absolutely love it. And I brought this one traveling a lot as well. So that's also why I've gone through it. I think it's so good. There's also a NYX HD powder. This one is in banana. I love this one. This is one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite under eye setting powder. I think this is beautiful. I've gone through probably 10 throughout my time here on YouTube. It's such a great powder. I highly recommend it. I don't have a backup right now because I have a couple of powders that I'm trying to go through, but as soon as I can go through maybe 1 or 2 more powders, I will definitely be repurchasing that one. I also have, this is a brow like pomade gel from Rare Beauty. This is in blonde. This is a little bit almost like a putty formula, and you can see this is very well used, and I actually decluttered this one because I felt like it was starting to dry up, but as you can tell, I got good use out of this one and I did really enjoy it. But I will say I didn't have time to use all of it until I felt like it dried out a bit. I love using like those kind of brow powders or stuff like that. I just really love that for my brows. But I always feel like they either dry up or become very gunky before I actually like use them up. So I don't know if I get, I mean, they still last longer than a pen though. So maybe I am actually getting my money's worth. Feels weird to get rid of them before you finish them because of the quality going down. But also like a pen wouldn't have lasted even the third of the time that this lasted, to the point where it's at right now. Oh, here's another one of those checks and balances by Origins. This is how it started. I got one of these minis in Sephora maybe as a sample. I don't know. I got this as a sample somehow. I used it, I loved it, and I bought this one myself. I used it up, and now I have a second one that I've almost used up as well. And yeah, that's how the love story began. I think it is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. I also, can you tell, this one is a concealer, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way. I decluttered this one, but I saved this one to use for swatching. I always get questions asking me, how do I do my swatches? I do my swatches with my finger, sometimes with my brush. It depends on the formula. And I do them over a thin layer of concealer or foundation that is like my skin tone. And I do this because I would never use eyeshadow without an eye primer. I would never do that. So I let it dry down so it doesn't tacky. I don't want a tacky base. I let it dry down, but I would never use it on because skin is a different texture than a primer or a concealer or a foundation is. So I've been using this for swatching. I think for me, I had this time where I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a one swipe swatch, no primer, no blah, blah. It doesn't tell you anything about the eyeshadow because I would never dip my brush once, do one swipe on the eye without a primer and judge an eyeshadow like that. Like that makes no sense at all. So I've been using this one for swatching and I really did like it for that because again, it's not a super wet formula because I do not under any circumstances want to swatch on something that is wet. This one I used up, and this is the Build a Brow from Maybelline. This is one of those that has like a liner pen, and then it has a brow here that is like a laminating brow. This is a good product, but it is not worth its price because this has so little product. This one has so little product that even though you're paying, I don't know how much this is, I think this is like $13. So even though you're paying $13 for this and you might end up paying $25 to get a brow gel and a pen together, you would get so much more product buying the two pens separately. So if you're looking at like price per gram or price per milliliter or anything like that, this is not worth it. And if you do your brows every day, you're gonna go through this one so quickly. So I definitely don't recommend this for someone who wants a little bang for your buck, because this is very expensive if you look at like cost per gram. This one isn't entirely done, but you can tell there's just a little bit left in the bottom here. And the reason why I put this in my empties is because it started to smell. Yeah, it started to smell a little bad. And this is the lip oil by Oribe Beauty. And this is in mint condition. So it's the blue one that smells a little minty, feels a little minty on your lips. I was using this one as like a nighttime lip routine for a really long time. And I kind of used it up. There's probably like a couple of weeks or maybe a week or two left of usage in this one. But still, since it started smelling a bit, I'm like, I'm not living in a house with a lack of lip treatments. There's no need for me to like force myself to pan something that literally has gone bad. That's not the life I'm living. I also have a pair of lashes here. These are from Vive. These are the smoky lashes. These are actually the lashes that I have on right now. It's one of my absolute favorite lashes. And I have been using these for a really long time, and eventually they just get too gunked up with glue and stuff. So I put them in my empties, but I wanted to put them in here because I mean, I'm literally wearing this exact style today. So, oh, here's another one. Yeah, Vive Smoky. That is my jam. I'm wearing them today. I've been going through a couple. I really enjoy them. I also have a glue here from Lily Lashes. This is the clear brush on lash adhesive. This is latex free, which is what I need. If you have problems with your eyes watering when you're wearing lashes, it might be that you're like me and you're latex sensitive. So make sure to look for glues that do not have latex in them. Trust me when I say that that's a game changer. Okay, I have 6 mascaras here that I didn't necessarily go through. I didn't necessarily go through them, but I didn't this one I actually did go through. This is the Firework by Maybelline. It was an okay mascara, not my favorite. But then I have the Omni Lash by Blend Bunny, the Beyond Mascara by City Beauty, the Forever Curled by H&M Beauty, and the Fan Fest by Benefit, and the Merit. Is this a mascara or is this the brow gel? I think this is the mascara, right? This is the mascara. All 5 of these mascaras, they were not my favorite. They were okay. And at the second that they started drying up, I was like, no. I don't love these mascaras, and I'm definitely not gonna work a little extra now that they're starting to dry up a little bit to make them work for me when I didn't like love them to begin with. Nothing like wrong with them. I just don't, they weren't my favorite because I do have one of my favorites here. This is a Travel of the Bad Gal Bang, and this is from Benefit. This is the travel one, so it still has the right wand and everything, just less product in here. Did use this one for traveling a bit this year, and I've gone through it. It's also the mascara that I'm wearing today on my lower lashes. And of course, I have like false lashes on, but that is just, this is my favorite mascara. And again, I did have a backup. I'm using it right now. Absolutely love it. I also have one of my sponges here, and this is the Cinch Beauty sponge, and I was like, you know what, it's done. It's because I wasn't able to get it clean the last time I cleaned it. Of course, I'm using it again. Cinch Beauty is my own brand. This is the first sponge I ever used, and for my brand, and I used it for months before I felt like I wanted to like redo it. I really like how this sponge is super soft and it is super bouncy, but it's not so bouncy that you can't like move products around on your skin, but it's also not as hard as some are. I feel like this is such a happy middle, especially if you fully rinse it through and like squeeze it out. But it's also because some of those that are like super, super soft, there are some brands where I'm like, oh, this is such a soft sponge, but it doesn't move products the way that I wanted. And it also tears super quickly. And this one has been lasting on me really, really good. Let me see. I have 2 pens here because they dried out on me, which is a shame because I love this one so much, but this one dried out on me. This is from Sephora brand. This is a rock. This is the Sephora brand Lime liner, and this is in Lime Green Matte from Sephora brand. And then, I mean, this one is old, but I realized that it dried out, so I got rid of it. And this is from ColourPop, and it is in Canopy. Really great colors, both of them, but they're no longer functioning. I also have one of the Sigma eyeshadow primers in Ignite. It is what I have right now. It is what I always have. I always have a backup at hand. These are always sold out, but these are so good. This is my favorite eye primer. I don't cover my entire eyes. Don't use too much. This isn't a foundation stick. Don't use too much. I do a couple of dots. I blend it out with my Sigma FO2, and then I let it sit for like a minute or two, and then I blend out any creases again, and then I go in with eyeshadow. I don't set it with like powder before, because I mean, eyeshadow is powder too. I'm gonna set it with eyeshadow. My favorite primer has been for forever. I've been trying to use other primers too, but I always end up going back to this one because quite honestly, I think it is a really good one. Oh, then there is a brow pen. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Taupe. This is what I use to draw in some hairs in the beginning of my brows. This is a brush tip applicator. It is absolutely beautiful. Used it today for my brows. I also used this one for my brows, and this is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Lamination Gel. And this one is dried up. I used it up. You can see how gunky it is, but it's also what I'm using today in my brows. And I did repurchase both of these because they are part of my brow routine. And I feel like when it comes to these things that are in my empties here, is it like a lot of things? Maybe not. But the things that I go through are my absolute favorites. My favorite eye primer, my favorite lashes, my favorite mascara, some setting sprays for spraying my brushes, my favorite shampoos and skincare and the things that I go through are the things that I have a favorite from and I keep using it. These are some of my favorites, and the ones that are not, the ones that I'm happy are gone from my collection, I mean, I'll let you know. But I find it fascinating that so many of these products I have already repurchased. I already have started using them. A lot of them I'm actually having on my face today. So yeah, I mean, if I have a favorite, I have a favorite. I would love to hear, have you tried any of these products? Do you agree with me that these are good or bad products? I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next video. That is going to be in 2025. Absolutely crazy.